Hey there, this is the tutorial for the individual recipe costs tab in your Cake Pricing Ninja. So you can see down here, this is the tab that we're on, the one that's white. So this is where you're going to put all your recipes. So you can see that I have numbers across the top here up to 50. And what I like to do, and I'm getting it organized, I don't have it all that way yet, but I'd like to number my recipes so I know that's the exact one that I have, because sometimes I have 3 recipes for chocolate buttercream and I want to know which one's my favorite one. Is it number 3, number 2, whatever. I seem to remember that better. So anyway, I have these across the top. I've started with one here, and what I've put in is the white almond sour cream cake. I've already put in the numbers, but I'm going to go through each little piece for you. Then I don't know what it makes in grams. I think I have it somewhere. I'm going to put that in there, but you definitely should put that in there. And or in cups, so that you know when you go to your chart and you need to find out how many cups it takes to fill a 14-inch pan, you're going to have it right here. So this right here, and as I said before on my other tutorials, you never want to fill in or touch anything that is not yellow. So this is yellow, you can put something there. This is going to calculate on its own, that's why it's green. So before we go to the recipes, what I want to talk about first is all these ingredients that I have listed here. These are all in alphabetical order, and they go from A to Z, all the way from all-purpose flour to zucchini. And I have thought of just about everything, but I'm sure that there's people in different regions that use different things. But as you can see, I have all these listed here. And then at the very end, I have a few non-food items that are also costs to us. And I put these down here, and you can also add things down at the bottom. So how did I get all these prices? Most of them I just got as I went to the grocery store. I kept the receipt. I figured out, okay, I paid $3.99 for that bag of flour, and there was, usually it'll say 5 pounds or 10 pounds, and it will usually say grams. So what you want to do is put grams for all the things that are dry weight. You must start using grams. I promise you'll like it. It's much more precise and much easier. You don't mess up as many measuring cups that way. And if you need to calculate from kilograms to grams, you just move the decimal over 3 places. It's very simple. So, or you can get on your phone and Google it. It's super easy. So, okay, I went to the store. I bought my 10 pounds of flour. It cost me $3.99, and it was this many grams. So then this is going to tell me how much it is per gram. Don't worry that it says 0. It's just that it's less than 1 cent or 1/10 of a cent per gram, because it's very cheap. But you're going to use a lot. So when my recipe says put 1.5 cups, let's say, I know 1.5 cups is 140 grams. How do I know that? Because this little thing right here is going to pop up on each of these squares, and I know I need a cup, or what do I need? Oh, I need 1 cup, right? So it says, oh, I need 1 cup, it's 140 grams. So you don't have to run around converting anything. It's all going to be right here for each and every ingredient. I've done it myself. I've measured each and every one of them, so I know they are correct. You will find some variations between flour. Online flour especially seems to be funny, but 140 grams is what I've come up with, which is the consensus for 1 cup. So that's how I know that. Well, look at that. 140 grams comes out to be 12 cents. Even though it was a 0 here, it was because there were numbers over here that I just didn't want to show. Okay, so I did the same thing with allspice. For $1.99, I got 25 grams. That ended up being 8 cents a gram, and so on. You can see that these are all links, so that, one, you know what the heck I'm talking about. Everybody knows what flour is, but there might be something on the list that you don't know what it is, or is it a particular brand, or is it the liquid, or is it the powder? You know, so the link is there to show you exactly what I'm talking about. the link is also there so that if you want to buy that particular thing, you can just buy it through Amazon that way. Now, if you want to change a link to your particular product that you're using, so let's say that you get your almond bark from Amazon. And so let's click this and look how Amazon is going to come up. That almond bark is going to come up. Okay, but that's not the brand you like. So what you're going to do is you're going to go search up here for your brand of almond milk. Then you will copy the link that's at the top in your search bar. And then go back, and what you'll do under almond bark, you'll just right click it. And it will say edit link. So instead of my link, which is here, to the almond bark I like, you're just going to paste the link you've just copied. Okay? So I like that because then you always know exactly what you're buying. It doesn't have to be Amazon. It can be the link that you use to your local grocery store, let's say. The link is really ideal for online ordering to make it quick, but if you always want to remember exactly what it is that you're buying, you can also put that link in there just from your local grocery store as well. Okay, so that's how you can change a link to any of these things. So I want to point out too that when it's a liquid like an extract or a milk, you'll see that it's in milliliters, not grams, okay? So when you look on the almond extract container, you're going to see it says 344 is what you paid, and it was 59 milliliters. So that's going to come out as 6 milliliters. And I know from my little handy dandy pop-up here that my 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla equals 7.35 milliliters, so that's what I'm going to put in here. And then, as you can see, the number pops up automatically what it cost me. So now I'm going to go down, see what else I had to put in there. Okay, I had a cake mix. Those are $1.99, and there's 461 grams in there. And so I know one box mix is 461 grams. If you buy your box mix in bulk, 1 cup is 137 grams, so you can calculate it if you have a slightly different kind of way that you're buying your cake mix. So you could see that I'm going to do this for everything, for my little bit of corn syrup, for my egg whites, and sour cream, the salt, everything is there. Now if I'm going to use sprinkles on this, I have gone ahead and put some sprinkles in here and their costs, but I bet you have your costs for many sprinkles, so all you've got to do is fill them in, price, how many grams, and then your prices will come up here, and then when you put them in here as a cost, it'll pop up just like any other price. So anything different here? I don't think so. But let's say I am going to use maybe 2 paper towels. Those cost about 3 cents a piece. And I'm going to use 1 piece of parchment paper, 1 foot long, and my sanitizer. Probably not going to use much of that, and my dish soap and my saran wrap, nothing else. Okay, so all of this is going to go into the cost of that cake. Now, I suggest what you do is put all your cakes like from 1 to 20. Then all your frostings are 21 to 31 maybe, and organize them that way. Or you can just number them. You can do whatever way you like. But at any rate, here you have 1 cake recipe, and this was just I was just writing an SMBC here. I don't have it costed yet. So let's just take that off. So you can go and do another cake here, another cake here, another cake here, another cake here, and then you've got all your cakes, and you're going to start over here with your frostings, maybe. And if you want to, you can change the color of these things. Let's say you want your frostings to be another color. All you got to do is do edit, highlight it, edit the color, and you can make it another color. One thing I have done is I have locked all the formulas that are in here. There's a bunch of formulas behind here, and I don't want them to get messed up. So if you try and change something either on purpose or by mistake that's a formula, it will not let you do it. But if there's something you want to change, like a color or something like that, you can easily do that. So that is how you're going to do your individual recipe costs. Now when the cost actually comes up, $5.15 here, this is the number that you're going to then put into your Costing Master. Now if you listen to the Costing Master tutorial, you know that that's where this number goes right here. So that happened to be a wasp cake that I was making for this lady, so I put that there. I put the cost of it. I only needed one recipe, so I knew that was going to be the cost for the cake part. So you'll need to go to the Costing Master tutorial to remember how to use this baby here. But the individual recipe cost is pretty easy. Once you get going, you're never going to have to do it again, and you'll be super confident that you know what your costs are and that you didn't overprice or underprice. And the cool thing is that, let's say you get, the price of butter goes way up. So you're going to change this. And then all of your recipes will change accordingly. So all those recipes will update. Let's say you got a super awesome deal on your vanilla, or you're starting to make your own vanilla and it's a little bit cheaper. So you're going to go down here and you're going to put vanilla extract. You're going to put a different price in here and how many grams that you're making or buying for that awesome price. And all these recipes over here will change accordingly. That's what's really cool about a spreadsheet. So if you have something that is not on here and you want to add it here after zucchini, and then send me an email, because I would rather alphabetize it for you. You just give me access, I'll do it for you. It's a quick little process, rather than explaining to you how to do it. Unless you're really handy with spreadsheets and you know how to do that, you certainly can. But it's better, and if you're going to add some things, do it all before you start putting in your recipes. So go through this list and see if there's anything missing. And if there is something missing and you've already put in your recipes, we'll just leave it here at the bottom and give me a call, and I can give me an email and I can definitely alphabetize it for you. Okay, so that is your tutorial on the individual recipe costs. Thanks a bunch.